eventually one has to define the other. The Catholic Church places Scripture as equal with tradition because Scripture itself is tradition? No, it's not. Okay, well, let's try and clear this up. First off, look, I'm not gonna try to be mean here at all. I'm not. But I have simply found it not possible for Scripture and tradition to both be equal. One has to define the other at some point. Now, you can say your traditions are based on Scripture. Sure, you can say that. But when we bring out specific examples of what the Catholic Church believes that isn't in Scripture, that's when you pull out tradition to say, well, this explains it. So let me give you an example. The perpetual virginity of Mary. I have this exact verse which says Joseph did not know his wife or did not have sex with her until Jesus was born, which means it happened afterward. The until leads to it. I even gave the original Greek word that means it has to happen. So what happens? The Catholics come out and they say, well, tradition is what tells us, all of that Joseph had other kids and from a previous marriage, and those are Jesus's brothers, or maybe they're cousins. Well, you're adding to Scripture to create what you already believed. The problem is you are not putting on equal terms. You're using tradition to tell you what the Scripture says instead of letting God's word, the word God wrote, which we supposedly both believe, instead of you're not allowing that to develop the tradition. Your tradition's based off of one piece, but when it conflicts, then you always err towards tradition, which means you hold tradition in a higher regard. It's not possible for them to be equal because at some point they will be at odds, and one has to be on top of the other. Now, even as Protestants, we do have traditions, sure, but this is why we hold sola scriptura, Scripture alone. There is no other authority but Scripture. Now, there is the authority of the name of the Lord, but that's because we're told about it in Scripture. There is the authority of church discipline, but it's because it's based on Scripture. So, in order to have both the same level, that means there would have to be no conflicts between the two, and I just pointed out one. Unfortunately, the Catholic Church does not hold tradition the same as Scripture. It actually holds it higher. And unfortunately, it's been abused very much throughout history. A lot of people have been burned at the stake by the Catholic Church because they held the Scripture higher than tradition.